Day 6, we are back on the charts and ready to start our week, hopefully with an entry signal. Nothing on the euro US dollar, but there's plenty of other currency pairs. US dollar, Canadian dollar, still floating around that overbought territory. Bit of divergence for you on this one as well. You can see between those two periods, price making a new high, stochastic oscillator, not so sure. That is lower, so it's a bearish divergence. And you could sell the market from that information if you so wish to. Not what we're doing in this strategy though, so we'll move on. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, that's had another green day. Found a new high and a higher close. This is what we want. Another green candle or two, just to make sure that when it next comes out of the overbought territory, we can get this channel in that range. If we get this close specifically up here, where it reverses afterwards downwards, we are all good for the sell signal. Not there yet though. Here we go, Euro Australian dollar. Stochastic was oversold on Friday at 3.88 was the closing reading. And now we're looking at a reading of 12.99 as it comes out of that oversold region. Let's just finish checking the currency pairs before we set up our channel. No other stochastic signals for us. So let's get a closer look at this Euro Aussie dollar. We've established our channel from high to low. So now we will go back in time 1 year, place our marker there. There it is, December 21st, 2020. December 20th last year was a Sunday. So now we're looking for closes inside the channel where prices come down into it and then prices return to the upside, indicating a bullish reversal at that point. Here we have seen closes inside the channel from where price came down into it. It did come out the other side there, so that's no good for us. Let's move along. Plenty of candle closes here. All of these from, where are we, from mid-May through to the start of July. Those are all coming up into the channel. Price breaks through above the bottom level. However, I do see at the end of this range, it's not exactly how we'd be looking for the entry. But you can see here, price was closed above the channel, then it comes down, closes inside the channel, only to reverse back out again. So that for us does technically constitute a bounce at a support level. Certainly not the strongest signal, but we can take it. That's one successful test of the support level, puts us on a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If we've got any more bounces, it'll be a 2-to-1. Here we see closed inside the channel, but price comes down, cracks straight on through. That's no good for us. And here we see closes, but price came from beneath the channel and then just pushed above it. So it will be a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Let's measure out the channel, and that's about 154 pips, quite wide. As a quick comparison, the ATR is at 137, so a bit of a volatile day. And it's 1% capital risk to the stop loss. We are starting on 9,875 Great British pounds and 98 pennies. So it's about 98.76 that we're risking. That gets us to a 0.12 standard loss. You can see how that risk is calculated on the screen as we enter a single buy trade right at the end of the day. And we can set our stop loss and take profit for the trade as well, 1,540 points each. That's 154 pips. There you see them. Good to see that the take profit level is not above the local high, but don't like to see the stop loss within the local low. Either way though, we've got ourselves a trade and we are hoping for that bullish reversal. Nothing more for us to do. We can let the trade manage itself, but we will come back in 24 hours time to see how it's getting on. Day 7, not looking so good for our trade. About 60 sterling's down, which is just under 2/3 of the way to the stop loss. Don't want to get there, but it's still got room to turn around. Obviously could just keep on going down another day like this and we are gone. Some room left for it to maneuver though and get out of there and make a return. But let's not lose hope. Instead, let's check if there's any new entry signals for us. US dollar CAD does make it into the overbought territory. If it comes back out of there, we might find ourselves with a channel to look at with some of these areas. Potential future entry. Got to watch that one. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar gets overbought as well. To return to the area, we still need to see it higher and we need to get out of this Euro Australian dollar trade. Now we're already in it. We don't want to double up on our risk. Aussie NZD, that's still overbought even after a bit of a red day. 96.21 on the stochastic. No new stochastic signals for us today though. Let's stick it out with that Euro Australian dollar trade. Do the turn reverse today, which was reversing yesterday, and get even further into the green. Day 8 now, and we are not looking so good here. Our trade, it has hit the stop loss. 5:33 p.m, 12 seconds into that minute. It did get knocked. As soon as we got in, we've had 2 red candles go against us. Exactly the opposite of what we needed. No reversal on this run so far. We haven't seen it move right out of the range yet. It's of course outside of our channel, and it's going to be a new low for the local close, but not a new local low in price. You've still got this one over here from a few days back. So there is still a chance that it might reverse from where it is and head upwards. but we won't be in the trade to find out. We lost £101.35 total. That includes the 68 pence commission and the 52 pence swap. So there we go, a poor start to the strategy, but there could be more signals out there waiting for us. Let's find out. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar still pushing up. That's what we want. Aussie, New Zealand dollar almost out of the overbought territory again. It needed to push higher. Swiss yen almost overbought. No new signals for us though from the stochastic oscillator. So we have got to live with one trade taken, one trade lost. Nearing in on some signals. Still looks like the next trade we take is going to involve the Australian dollar. We'll be back tomorrow checking those charts again. Day 9. No open trades, so let's cycle those charts, see if we got any new ones. Australian US dollar creeping to that overbought territory, 94.74. So close. US dollar, Japanese yen, that gets in there. Stochastic is overbought at exactly 100. Here we go, Aussie caddy pushing further. This is what we want. Aussie Swiss franc just going overbought, 95.28. Aussie yen, that gets overbought as well. Euro Aussie, oversold, no surprise. Euro Great British Pound just goes into the oversold territory, 4.73 on the stochastic right now. Euro Japanese Yen, you'll believe me when I told you that's gone overbought. Great British Pound Swiss franc barely above there, might not even finish there by the end of the day. 45 minutes time, but 95.17 currently on the stochastic. Edging into the region. Great British Pound Japanese Yen, of course that's gone overbought. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, that stochastic is hovering around 100 as well. And finally, who could forget the New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen? Well, it's overbought. So no stochastic signals actually coming out of the overbought or oversold territory, but plenty going in. Now that they are in that region, they just become future signals for us. No doubt most of them will come at the same time. We'll be back. Day 10. It's Christmas Eve, so we are on the charts a little bit earlier. Just coming on to 20 to 8. Forex is closing 9 o'clock. Liquidity already leaving the market. So let's see if we can find any signals. Aussie dollar, US dollar, just about overbought even after a red day, 95.58. Still overbought on the dollar yen. Overbought now on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Aussie dollar CAD takes a red day but stays in the overbought territory as well. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar still skirting that line at 96.10 on the stochastic. Same for the Swiss franc yen at 95.28, almost coming out of the territory, but not quite. Not quite. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, incredibly close, which does mean no new signals for us tonight. But we are on the edge with a couple of them. Got a good feeling that we'll be able to come back after the Christmas weekend. And I think there'll be a present waiting for us. We'll be back then. Let's just have a look at that trade we took this week over in the journal. There it is, our magical trade. And so we are 10 days in, that is 2 weeks. And as you know, one trade, one loss came and went this week. In it for less than 48 hours, we need those reversals sooner or later. Even just by chance, we've got to get one, but yet to get there, and currently not in any trades. So we really are hoping that we can get 1 or 2 signals next week. We've got a lot of setups, so it is very possible. Let's come back another time.